Hello, this is a class suitable for anyone who is doing our Rehab or Restorative Pilates classes, or anybody who has a sore or tight back at the moment. If you do have a specific medical condition or injury to your back, then please consult a medical professional before trying this class. You will need a pillow and a band or a belt, anything like that that you might need, or a block if you have one, for a little bit later on. But for now, let's just have a lie down and get our bodies moving. So you're going to lie yourself down and have your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And let's just take a moment to let the back settle. So notice how it feels. Notice the parts of the spine that are in contact with the mat. And just notice any tension around them. So if you can release. So we're focusing in on the breathing. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Just using the exhalation to release that tension. And as you lie here, as the body settles, you should find that you sink into the mat a little bit more. And then on an in-breath, let's take the arms over your head. Really stretch to the sides of the body, to the back of the body. And as you exhale, bring those arms forwards. Inhale, arms come up and over. Exhale, arms come forward. So we're tuning in to that connection between the movement and the breath. So ideally, your mind doesn't wander. This time, as the arms come over your head, stay there. Interlink the fingers. Push the palms away. Let's take a big stretch. And then let it go and draw your right knee into your chest. Now you can hold the front of the knee, the back of the knee. I want you to just draw it in. Now depending on how your back feels today, you might want to keep the left knee bent, or you might want to slide it out flat. But you do what feels right for you. And then we move that leg a little from side to side. So you feel the thigh bone moving within the hip joint. And as that thigh bone moves, the pelvis is going to rock a little, the lower back is going to rock a little. Come back to the middle, keep hold of the knee with that left hand, and we take the knee across, but we just go a little way. So if you're in a bent knee position, you're just taking the leg across the bottom leg, but it's not a huge twist. Come back to the middle, bend the left knee in, pop the foot flat, place the right foot down, and then hug the left knee in. So again, you decide, straight right leg or bent right leg. So we want to release to the back of the hip, and then from here, move the leg from side to side. So allow the pelvis to move, the lower back to go with it. You know your body, you know what feels right. Come back to the middle. Right hand holds the knee. We just take it across just as far as you want to. And again, if the knee is bent, that leg is just sort of crossing over a little. Come back to the middle. Bring both knees into your chest. And you're going to rock from side to side. And as we rock, circle the legs around. And just find that movement. And then circle the opposite way. So you feel that lower back move. Come back to the middle, place the left foot down, extend your right leg up into the air. We hold on to the back of the thigh and you flex and point the toes. So stretching the calf, back of the knee, all the way down. And then flex the foot, keep it flexed. Slide the hands up to the calf. Draw the leg a little bit closer. If the calf is too high, you can stay with the thigh. Gently release. We're going to pop that foot down, extend the left leg up, hold on to the back of the leg, and again we flex and point. Couple more. And then keep it flexed. You can take the hands up a little bit higher, or you can keep that lower option. Gently release, pop the foot to the floor. Feet and knees together, arms go wide, and let's just rock from side to side. So you're moving the knees, but it's up to you how far you go. Think of just massaging the back of the body, and hopefully as it loosens up, you may find you can go a little bit further. And then we come back to the middle, bring the arms by your sides. If you feel you want to put that block or that pillow behind your head, if you're holding tension to the back of the body, that's fine. Let's have the arms by your sides, and we're just going to start to move the pelvis. So we take a breath and engage the core. You're staying with a steady breath. You're going to squeeze the bottom and just tilt the pelvis up and feel that lower back press into the floor. And then you come back down, back to neutral so the pelvis is flat. And then if it's appropriate for you, you tilt the pelvis down so we increase the arch the other way. But just work within a range that feels right for you. Squeezing the bottom, tilting the pelvis, coming down, tilting down. So again, we are still thinking about massaging the back of the body. So if it doesn't feel right for you to increase the arch, so when you tilt down, then don't do it until your back feels a little bit more comfortable. And you might notice that it's maybe not quite so smooth. It's just waking up. Depends on the time of the day, what else you've been doing. We just want to ease into it gradually. And we're going to do 3 more. Finishing your last one. And then once you are done, bring one knee in, the other knee in, and we rock from side to side. So you are massaging the back of the body into the mat. So let's have a little focus on our hips. I'm going to place your left foot to the floor. We'll keep that knee bent, and then find a right angle at your right knee. So your foot is level with the knee. Trying to keep the pelvis level, we're going to take some leg circles. So from here, engage the core, and then imagine that you have a tray of drinks on this shin. We're going to draw a circle, keeping that tray of drinks steady. So you move the thigh away from you a little, take it out to the right side, draw it towards you, go a little way to the left, and all the way round. So keep that going. Feel that thigh bone circling within the hip socket. So we get used to the movement in the hip, and then we want to use those core muscles to stabilize everything. So this left leg doesn't move, the hips don't move. So not only are we working our right thigh, we should feel that bit of tension to the lower half of the tummy. How's your tray of drinks doing? Hopefully you haven't spilt any. We're going to do one more in this direction. And then we're going to circle the opposite way. Keep that moving. So your thighs should definitely be awake now, mine are. And think about what's happening to the rest of the body. Are the shoulders tense? Is the jaw tense? Can you let that relax? Let the core do the work of stabilizing you. You don't need your neck, shoulders, or jaw to help. So we've got 3 circles to go. Finishing that last one. And then once you have, just hug that right knee in. So give it a rest. You can hold the front of the knee, you can hold the back of the knee. Now while we're giving that leg a rest, we're going to move the left. So you're going to take your heel to the floor and have the toes lifted. So let's imagine that that foot is on thin ice. So we've got to try and lighten the load through that heel. So pull back through the belly button, pull up through the pelvic floor. Find that tension to the lower half of the tummy, and then we start to slide that heel away, and then without bringing the mat with you, slide the heel back towards you. Keep that going. Slide away, bring it back. So yes, we are moving and working that left thigh, but can you use your core muscles to help you bring that leg back? Now, if that feels okay, you can either just ease the leg away, but still the right leg away, but still hold on to it, or you can place the hands to the floor. So if you're not hugging that right leg in, you might find that you ask a little bit more of the core muscles. But if your lower back takes over, go back to holding that leg. We've still got that focus. Think pelvic floor, deeper abdominals. So you've got 4 to go. Finishing that last one. And then bring the knees into the chest and let's rock the back. Come back to the middle, place the feet to the floor. So we're going to come back to our pelvic tilt, but now we're going to take it into half of a shoulder bridge. So you are engaging the core. Squeeze the bottom, tilt the pelvis as we did before. Feel that lower back press down, and then peel the spine away, 1 vertebra at a time, just coming up probably to just above your waistband. And then come back down and really work to get that lower back to touch down before your bottom, and then come back to neutral. Same again, core engaged, squeeze the bottom, tilt the pelvis, peel away, little way up, and then come down. So I want you to really think about the precision of the movement. How much control have you got here? Are you sort of flinging your body about? Or are those deeper muscles, those deeper abdominal muscles, pelvic floor, back muscles, are they on and helping you control this? So we just want to check it's not affecting any other part of your body. So there's no tension anywhere else. And we don't want cramp to the backs of the legs. Quite often, if you get cramp, you're using your legs more than you are your bottom and your back. So we want to squeeze the bottom a little bit more and make sure we've recruited the core as a whole. So we're going to do 2 more of those. Last one. And then once you are down, bring the knees into the chest and we'll just rock the back again. So we've got our other leg circle to do. Come back, place the feet to the floor, so making sure again that the pelvis is level. We'll keep the right knee bent, engage those core muscles, and pick up the left leg, again trying to get the foot and the knee about level, so you've got that tray of drinks balanced on your shin. Core stays engaged, we start our circle, so we move the thigh away, take it out to the left, draw it towards you, little way to the right, and come round. So make sure the thigh muscles are driving this, but the core muscles are stabilizing. So you're not in a hurry. Keep it slow. So check right hip, right knee are staying steady. There's no wobble in there. There might be a bit of wobbling in the left leg. So we'll do 2 more circles. And then obviously we've got to go the other way. We're not ready for a rest just yet. So change direction. And keep checking back. Belly button towards the spine, pelvic floor pulling up. Shoulders are back and down. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And you've got 3 circles to go, and so have I. So my leg is doing the work as well. Finishing your last circle. And then hug that knee in. So give that leg a rest, just let it relax, let it be heavy. And while we're doing that, let's have the right heel on the floor, the toes lifted. And just imagine that that foot is on thin ice. So we engage the core. When you are ready, slide that right leg away from you, going as far as feels right for you. And then without bringing the mat with you, slide it back towards you. Same again, slide away. Bring it back. So just get used to the movement. Tune in to your lower back. If you feel it, maybe you don't want to fully straighten the leg. But if it's feeling okay, we can ease that leg away. So you still hold on to it, but you've just moved the leg away from you a little. And if that feels okay, hands come to the floor. And if that happens, we want to feel more work to the tummy, not to the back, and not to the shoulders, not the neck. If you do feel it any other place than the tummy, then go back to holding the leg. We've got 4 more to go. Finishing that last one. And then we bring the knees into the chest, hold on to the legs, and you rock. Okay, so placing the feet to the floor, Bring yourself up to sitting for a moment, and then you need your pillow or your block or whatever you're using. You're going to lie onto your side, and we're going to look at movements of the upper body. So resting your head on your pillow or your block, and what you want is for your neck to be in line with the spine. You don't want to be too high up or too low down. So you decide, maybe you need more than one pillow. So we've got knees up in front, knees together, one hip on top of the other, hands come together. So we're going to look at the movement through the upper back. So engaging the core, and then from here, slide the hands forwards, lift the arm, turn the head, turn the chest. I need a little bit more pillow. And then come back the way you came. So ideally, as you move the upper body, the hips don't go anywhere. So we've got a glass of champagne on that top hip. Don't drop it. Well, you wouldn't want to. And then don't think of this just as a movement of the arm. Think of it as a movement of the upper part of the back. So it's not really about getting the hands to the floor, although that's nice. Ideally, we're getting the shoulder blades to the floor. And quite often, the repetition of this will help you go a little bit further. Quite often people do this and think, I'm never going to get there. I hear that quite a lot, usually when they're moaning at me. But quite often, we get there. Let's do 4 more. So you might not get flat to the floor today, but if you do it a couple of times a week, maybe 3 times a week, you may well do. This time as you open the arms, we stay there. We're reaching from one arm to the other and just settle. Breathing into it. Gently release, bring the arm across the body. So bring yourself up to sitting, and we're going to come up onto your hands and knees. If you're not happy on your knees, I would like you to lie down onto your tummy. If you are on your knees, we've got shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and all we are doing is sitting the bottom back and then coming back up again. So gentle movement, lengthening the spine and strengthening around the hips. So keep that going. If you are on your tummy, just rest your forehead on your hands, and I want you to just rock the hips from side to side. So we just want to take a little release through the back. If you're on your hands and knees, the next time you sit back, stay there. Reach the arms forwards and let the head drop. And if you're on your tummy, you can now reach the arms forwards and see how far forwards you can get. So you get that big stretch into the upper back as well as the lower back, particularly if you're on your knees for your lower back. Walking the hands in. And then we take the pillow and we've got to come over to the other side. So we'll do our arm openings on the other side. So resting your head, knees up in front. And again, you decide where the pillow or the block needs to be. From here, engage the core. And then we lift that top arm, you turn your head, you turn your chest. And then we close. So one side might be quite different to the other. All of the things we do day to day have a bearing on what's tight and what's loose. If you carry a heavy bag, maybe you're always on the phone, you play a sport that's quite one-sided, all of those things, you do them often enough, you end up with tight bits and loose bits, or strong bits and weaker bits. So hopefully, as you are continuing with this, getting a little bit further. But there's never any force. Really relax into it. So still aiming to get that shoulder blade to the floor. And we're going to do 2 more of those. And on that last one, let's stop with the arms out wide. Just letting the arms be heavy, letting the shoulder sink towards the floor. Gently release the arm. And then you're going to come back to your hands and knees, or lying onto your tummy. So if you're on your hands and knees, sit the bottom back and just reach those arms forwards. And if you're on the tummy, lie flat and reach the arms forwards. So holding it there. And then whether you're on your tummy or your knees, walk the hands to the left. And just take a stretch. Now you can place your right hand on top of your left hand and keep reaching through. So feel a little bit more stretch on that right side. And then come back to the middle, go over to the other side. Left hand on top of right. And again, lengthen the opposite side of the body, so the left side. Come back to the middle. And then we're going to lie down onto your back. You will need your belt or your dressing gown or band, whatever you're using. Lie yourself down onto your back. And let's just take the right foot up into the band. So again, as we did earlier, you can have the knee bent or you can have the leg out flat. So you want your lower back to be comfortable. You want your neck and shoulders to be relaxed. So if you want to put the pillow or the block behind your head, you can. And then we draw that leg towards you. Now we're trying to release the back of the thigh. Quite often if your lower back is tight, you find the hamstrings can be a little tight as well. So we want to release that, and we want the stretch to the belly of the muscle. So if you're not feeling it there, if it's all about the back of the knee or down closer to the bottom, try softening the knee or easing the leg off a little bit. Just find a point that's right for you. Closing your eyes. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing every other part of the body apart from this right leg. And then ease it off. Take both feet up and change it over, sliding the right leg out. So again, if that's too much, have the knee bent, but wherever it is, let it relax. Draw the left leg towards you and just make any little micro adjustments that you need to find your stretch. Ease the leg away, take the band away, place it to one side, and let's go back to where we started with the feet together, knees together, taking the arms out wide, and just slowly moving the knees from side to side. I hope it's feeling a little bit looser, and maybe you can go a little bit further, but still with no force. Listen to what your body is telling you as to how far you want to go. This time the knees go to one side, roll the body over, and just bring yourself up into a seated position. So I hope you feel a little bit better for that. Hopefully your back is a little bit looser, but you have done some work as well. If you have any comments or any feedback, please drop me a line, and I will see you again soon. Well done.